Morning, everybody. This is Roland RC Taxidermy here in Brantley. Several people have asked about doing an eye video. I reckon I'm going to kind of do this in stages. The important thing you get in your eye set is, I use a corneal bulge eye. So it's got, it kind of steps up, comes down, and falls down in the back, white banded, dark. I mean, it just is a personal preference. But one of the key things about eyes is you have to have your eye level to the floor. Okay. So if you're doing this competition, however you're presenting your deer, his eyes need to be level to the floor as the way it's mounted. So if you're doing something strange and you've got to be able to have that pupil level. Okay. So if a deer was like this and he went down with his head, his eye is still going to be level with the ground. Okay. It gets to a certain point when they start going up this way, the eye will track towards the top of the nose. But like if I was bringing this up a little bit like this, I would have his eye level. Okay. This line needs to be about right here. And this one needs to be about right there. I did that lines last night. What you can do is get your pupil level with the floor. I take it's got to be the same shape. You just see how this is nice and straight. You can do a pencil because a pencil will be, have a flat side. The key to getting your pupil right is you got to be able to take this. And what I did is I just basically, you put out on the outside of the glass, go to the thing, and you want this to all be in a line, okay? If it's not deep enough, that eye would be like this and you'd have a gap here, okay? If it was concave too much and you put this up like this and it didn't touch the glass, you're too deep in. Vince Fleming has an excellent video on YouTube. Look him up. He's got a ball system that he came out with for rotating eyes and stuff. Man, it's excellent stuff. Excellent. Like I said, I use the corneal bulge, and to me, I can set the eye way better than that. For actual setting the eye, what I do is once I get my depth right, I like to fill in. I don't like to have a big concave divot into the bottom of the eye or on the top. And I try to take the front and I try to level it out with the mannequin. There's a bunch of different ways that people do it. You do what's best for you. Me personally, I'll start off with my bottom. It's going to be about like this, but I flatten mine out. Okay. This is reusable clay from Hobby Lobby. Doesn't have any sulfur in it, anything like that. Get you a change out head and put it beside your chair. And when you're bored one night at the house, just practice claying eyes in. That's what I do. It takes a little bit to get it going, but I go right in front of that Chronicle. Come in, I follow my eye around. Now, I'm going to show a little white in this front corner, so I don't want any white in the back. So I need to make sure I kind of come around and I'll pinch it off like this. Just remember, when we come up and we come this way, you see how you got your Chronicle and you got this line back here at the back of the pupil. When I cross this top part, I want it to be above the Chronicle. And if you're northwest of Tuscaloosa, they call that the Cornucle. So whatever you want to call it. Just remember on your lower, you're coming down, your lowest third, your bottom third, and when you want to start going up is towards the back of the pupil, middle pupil, back pupil, and then you need to start making that transition to go up. When I do the upper lid, I'm going to start turning it down. I like mine to go up and then like this, but when I look at it from the front, I want it kind of going at an angle. And you will have one eye that you can do really strong, and your other eye is going to be kind of weak. You need to figure out which is your weak eye, and you need to work on that with this reusable clay and a change out head, and you're goofing off at the house and don't like what's on TV, and clay your eyes in. Another thing you can do is you can, kind of get, start kind of getting a pre-shape. But I come up just above the Chronicle I don't care about the top. I worry about the bottom. Okay. I'll come right in there and I'll lay it on my glass, and then I'll start to turn it down. But then what I do is I take right here where I want to make my going up, I start pushing it that way. And then I start rolling the lid down on the glass part till I get the shape that I want. And I'll pinch it off in the back. Then I'll get my brush, because if I look at it from the front, let me see if I can move. Probably be best for me to move the camera. Let's do it like this. All right. What I want to do here is I want to bring this in. I want to come up right about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start kind of getting this work down to where I want to be. I'll bring that into the mannequin a little bit. Some people get way high and then go down. I like mine to go up and then just kind of roll down. And one of the key things is this has got to be open in the front, because deer's got to be able to see from the front. You know what I'm saying? You can't get too much clay there. And